Hi everyone, so today I've kind of popped on to talk to you all a little bit about mental health, mum's mental health. Channel Mum have been covering this for the last couple of weeks. They brought out a quiz which can basically check how you're feeling, and they've also brought out some videos which I think will be incredibly useful for all of us mums. You know, 4 out of 5 mums suffer with mental health and it's not something that's openly talked about. You know, it's really important that it is talked about and people get together so that they know that they're not alone. I'm going to find this video a little bit hard to do, I think, because mental health is a topic that, subject that's quite close to my heart. I grew up from a really young age with a lot of close family members suffering with mental health issues, and it was a pretty big part of my life. And I think maybe if there was a lot more support around back then maybe they could have been helped with it. My kind of story starts when I was about 15, so before I became a mum really, I kind of developed an eating disorder which didn't really get worse until I think I hit about 17. It was, obviously I had hang-ups about how I looked and stuff, but I think primarily for me, it was my way of keeping in control. When I got to 17, I began like abusing laxatives and making myself quite poorly and really drained, and this kind of continued while I went to university, and then I found other ways of losing weight, and that was in the form of like taking drugs. Not great, I know, but I went through a little bit of a wild phase. I feel really nervous talking about this. And obviously I was feeling pretty down and depressed during that point. I didn't stick to my studies, which is what I went to university to do, and I felt like my life was spiralling out of control, which it probably was. Looking back, I think it really was. I was really down when I was at uni, and I had relationship breakdowns with Holly and Emily's dad. Obviously this was before they were born, and then I found out I was pregnant with Holly and Emily, and I moved back to Grimsby. I think that they saved me. Having Holly and Emily saved me, because if I was still at uni, I was that depressed and fed up that I don't know what would have happened to me. So having them is like the best thing that I've ever done. Having them kind of helped me to get a grip of this vicious cycle that I was going in with my eating habits and everything else. My main focus was them in my belly, and yeah, it was all good. I really struggled when I was pregnant with them though. I was really depressed still when I was pregnant with them. I think because of the relationship breakdown and everything, and I had so many hormones raging around my body. I was at a real low point during my pregnancy, as I went to live with my nana as well, and I was at a really low point. After I had the girls, they were born at 32 weeks, as I've told you before. I think I coped with them being in Scaboo pretty well, although I just felt like they were missing from me all the time. I think mentally I coped with it quite well, but once we'd got home and my dad had got me a little house, and we was living in our little house. Although I had these 2 beautiful little girls that I knew loved me so much that I absolutely, you know, worshipped them, I felt incredibly unloved, lost and alone. And I felt like this for a couple of years really. I kind of got to a point where I would not answer the door to anybody. I was pretty obsessive about cleaning and stuff, and I would drive myself insane thinking that everything was dirty, and I just had these not very nice thoughts going through my head. I just didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to go out. I wouldn't answer the door, like I said. And in the end I did have a woman from our local Sure Start centre come round, not to help me out, but to kind of help me get out and about. it's really difficult to talk about. And it wasn't until my friend Vicky, one day she was really concerned about me because she knew how I was feeling, and she'd been trying to get me to answer the door and stuff, and I think I just had a bit of a breakdown then, really. She arranged for me to see a counsellor, which was really good. It was really hard at first. There were a lot of times where I'd just come out of my counselling sessions absolutely crying my eyes out, really. You know, it takes things to get better. It takes things to get worse before they get better, and to get to grips with these feelings that you're feeling, you need to get it all out first. And I realised that a lot of my problems did stem from, like, when I was a teenager. I realised that a lot of my issues kind of stemmed from when I was a teenager. Looking back now, I just thank God that she got me these counselling sessions sorted out, because they did change my life. They turned it around. I was able to put every negative thought that I had, I was able to turn it into a positive, and that's kind of how I've been since then. Sometimes recently I've thought, I need something else just for me. I need to do something else. What I've done, which I've found has lifted me a lot, is get myself a little job. It's only for an hour and a half a day, but it gets me out of the house during the middle of the day, which I find, I don't like the middle of the day. As I said at the start of the video, it's really important to address these feelings and see how you're feeling, and to realise that you're not alone. Channel Mum have also got like a new chat forum where all mums who are suffering can get together and talk. And alongside the videos that they brought out that will really help you, they really will, they've also brought out like podcasts that I've listened to, and the meditation one is fantastic. So I'd love for you to go check them out as well, because it's important to know that you're not alone. So thank you for listening, guys. Don't forget to go and check out all of the other bits that I've spoken about. I'll copy all the information into the description box. And yeah, thank you. So I will see you really soon. Bye.